I don't remember Barney's thoughts that morning, what he talked about over the communion, but I do remember that it passed without incident. And then I went on this mission trip for the local Christian college was having a mission trip down to the Caribbean, and so we went, and for 6 weeks we were down in Grenada and Trinidad. You'd think that'd be just like a pleasure mission trip, but my goodness, it was hot. It was hard work. I had my wallet stolen while I was there with all of my documents and a whole lot of money, and it was a really hard experience. Our oldest child, who was 5 years old at the time, had an accident, and what you don't want to have happen when you're in a foreign country is for your 5-year-old kid to knock his 2 front teeth out through his upper lip and have to go to a hospital that's really, it's not third world, but it's like 1950s at best. And it was just a really hard, stressful trip. And we get back, and there have been some volunteers who had gone in and covered for me in the prison while I was away, and they had had great success and had just been an amazing help to the work there. There were several studies that they had lined up that led to conversions, and I was able to come in and baptize some more children. And as Paul talks about his children in the faith, to grow my family in the faith there down at the prison. And the thing that I'm really embarrassed about now is that it was about a year later that one of the men came to me and he said, Jeff, you really ought to go visit Barney. I was like, oh, Barney, because I hadn't even thought about Barney because he hadn't been there. And I had had this experience of going and coming back and being gone for a while. And what had happened was Barney had spent 90 days in solitary confinement because of the fight, because of the black eye. And during that time, he had pretty much given up. And there have been some other things happen where I could not just walk freely through this prison. There were other prisons that I could, but this one, there were some problems between myself and the chaplain. He was kind of, when I talk about spiritual abuse and wanting to be in control of other people, he was that kind of guy. And I'm coming in preaching the perfect law of love and liberty and saying be respectful, but you're not, there's nobody needs to stand between you and God. And this guy wanted to stand between them and God. And I knew that I would not be able just to go through the prison, but this guy said, no, you've got to go visit Barney.